Hey tennis fans! So, Novak Djokovic has once again withdrawn from the Cincinnati Open in 2025, and while that's disappointing news for fans in Ohio, it brings back some unforgettable memories, especially one that Djokovic himself described as one of the toughest matches of his entire career. Yep, we're talking about that epic 2023 final against Carlos Alcaraz. Let's dive into why this match left such a lasting mark on the tennis legend. First up, the update: Novak Djokovic, 24-time Grand Slam champ, is skipping Cincinnati for the second straight year. His last appearance, way back in 2023. Since then, we've seen him carefully manage his schedule, skipping more and more Masters 1000 events to focus purely on the Grand Slams. After a heartbreaking semifinal loss to Jannik Sinner at Wimbledon earlier this year, fans were hoping he'd bounce back in Cincinnati. But nope, he's out. And while that's a bummer, it also gives us a chance to revisit one of the most grueling, emotional, and epic battles of his career. Let's rewind to 2023. Djokovic versus Alcaraz in the Cincinnati Open final. A block showdown just months after Alcaraz stunned Novak in the Wimbledon final. Coming into the final, Djokovic was on fire. Not a single set dropped. Meanwhile, Alcaraz had to grind through some tough early rounds. Still, when they met in the final, it was a war. Alcaraz took the first set 7-5 and had the early edge. But Djokovic, he wasn't going down without a fight. He clawed his way back, took the second set in a tense tiebreak 7-6. Saving set points and showing why he's one of the greatest ever. The final set, absolute madness. Neither man gave an inch. 4 hours of baseline rallies, drop shots, lung-busting defense, and gutsy winners. It all came down to one last tiebreaker. And somehow, Djokovic survived. After the match, Djokovic was exhausted. And not just physically, he said it was one of the most mentally and emotionally draining matches of his entire career. Listen to this quote from his press conference. "It's a crazy match that we've been through today. Roller coaster of a match. To be honest, I don't think I've played too many matches like this in my life. Just one of the most exciting and toughest, mentally, emotionally, physically matches that I've ever had in my career." He even compared it to the 2012 Australian Open final against Rafael Nadal, which, if you remember, went almost 6 hours. That's how intense it was. One moment that stood out to Djokovic: that wild match point Alcaraz saved at 5-3 in the final set. Novak smiled just thinking about it, saying, "It was kind of a showcase of what this whole match was about. That match had everything: twists, comebacks, grit, nerves, you name it." And it ended with Djokovic lifting his third Cincinnati title. Since that match, things have changed for Novak. He's made it clear that he's now focused mainly on the slams. Skipping Masters 1000 events like Cincinnati has become more common as he carefully manages his body and energy heading toward the twilight of his career. He hasn't confirmed his next appearance yet, but there's buzz around a possible return at the Shanghai Masters, which starts September 29th. So, while Djokovic may not be returning to Cincinnati this year, his last appearance there is still fresh in fans' minds, and probably his too. That 2023 final versus Alcaraz, legendary. What do you think? Was that the greatest three-set match of Djokovic's career? Should he keep focusing only on slams, or would you like to see him play more Masters 1000s again? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit like if you loved that 2023 final, subscribe for all the latest ATP updates, and I'll see you next time.